What if I told you some murder victims didn't just wait for justice, they made sure it happened themselves? From chilling last words to otherworldly interventions, these stories prove that sometimes the dead don't rest until the truth is out. Get ready for jaw-dropping twists, eerie clues, and justice served from beyond the grave. These tales will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about solving crimes. Let's dive into the world of victims who solved their own murders. Number 10. Alexander Litvinenko, Tracing the Poison. Alexander Litvinenko's case reads like a spy thriller, but sadly, it was real life. A former Russian spy turned whistleblower, Litvinenko was a vocal critic of the Kremlin. In 2006, he fell gravely ill after meeting two former colleagues at a London hotel. Doctors were baffled until tests revealed polonium-210, a rare and highly radioactive substance, in his system. What makes this story so chilling is that Litvinenko, on his deathbed, named his murderers and linked the assassination to the Russian government. Number 9. Lizette Cuesta, A Dying Declaration. Imagine the strength it takes to survive a brutal attack, crawl 100 yards, and still fight for justice with your final breaths. That's exactly what 19-year-old Lizette Cuesta did in 2018. Found near death on a roadside in Livermore, California, she managed to name her attackers Daniel Gross and Melissa Leonardo before succumbing to her injuries. Her words led police straight to the pair, who were arrested and convicted. Lizette's resilience became the centerpiece of the case, ensuring her murderers couldn't escape justice. Investigators described her as a hero for her courage and determination, and her story serves as a powerful testament to the human will to seek justice, even in the face of unimaginable pain. Number 8. Vanessa Marcotte, Fighting Back. Vanessa Marcotte's story is one of bravery and a grim reminder of the dangers women face. In 2016, Vanessa went for a jog in Princeton, Massachusetts, but never returned. Her body was discovered hours later, and it was clear she had fought her attacker fiercely. Investigators found DNA under her fingernails, a crucial piece of evidence. Months of diligent police work led to Angelo Cullen Ortiz, a delivery driver whose DNA matched the sample. Vanessa's courage in resisting her attacker gave law enforcement the break they needed. Her case also sparked broader conversations about women's safety, self-defense, and the importance of always fighting back when faced with danger. Number 7. Simon N.G., A Blogger's Last Post. Bloggers are often chroniclers of their lives, but for Simon N.G., his last post became his voice from beyond the grave. In 2005, Simon detailed a visit from his sister's ex-boyfriend, Jin Lin, who had been causing trouble for the family. Tragically, Simon and his sister were murdered shortly after. Investigators found Simon's blog post, which provided vital clues about Lin's behavior and proximity to the victims. The blog entry became key evidence, ultimately leading to Lin's arrest and conviction. Simon's story highlights how modern technology, even something as simple as a blog, can be a lifeline for justice. It's a chilling yet inspiring reminder of the digital footprints we leave behind. Number 6. Amarjit Chauhan, The Businessman's Final Act. Amarjit Chauhan's murder is a testament to his foresight and bravery. In 2003, the UK businessman was kidnapped along with his family by Kenneth Regan, a former employee with sinister motives. Regan intended to take over Chauhan's lucrative freight company. Sensing his life was in danger, Chauhan secretly placed an envelope with Regan's address in his sock. When his body was discovered weeks later, this clue led investigators straight to Regan. The case revealed a horrifying plot, including attempts to cover up the murders by dumping the family's bodies in the ocean. Chauhan's quick thinking ensured that even in death, his murderer couldn't escape justice, making him a true hero. Number 5. Julie Jensen, A Letter from the Grave. Julie Jensen's story is both tragic and incredibly haunting. In 1998, Julie suspected her husband, Mark Jensen, was planning to kill her. She wrote a letter detailing her fears, instructing that it be opened if anything happened to her. After her suspicious death, Investigators found the letter and used it as evidence in Mark's trial. Prosecutors argued that Julie's foresight and her letter provided a chilling account of a woman trapped in a dangerous marriage. Mark Jensen was convicted, but his appeals kept the case in the headlines for years. Julie's bravery in documenting her fears ultimately secured her justice, turning her heartbreaking story into a powerful example of resilience and foresight. Number 4. The ghost of Fred Fisher identifies his burial site. In 1826, an Australian farmer named Frederick Fisher mysteriously disappeared from his property in Campbelltown, New South Wales. His neighbor, George Worrall, made a suspicious claim that Fred had willingly signed over his farm before vanishing. This sudden transfer of property raised many eyebrows in the community, but without any evidence, the authorities could not take action. Months passed without any leads, until a ghostly sighting changed everything. One night, a local man named John Farley reportedly saw an apparition of Fisher near a bridge, pointing towards a nearby creek, before vanishing into thin air. This paranormal tip led to the discovery of Fisher's body in a shallow grave. An autopsy revealed he had been murdered with blunt force trauma to the head. The evidence pointed directly at Worrall, who eventually confessed under pressure and was hanged for the crime. The case became one of Australia's most famous ghost stories and is still commemorated in Campbelltown today. Number 3. Zona Heastershoe's ghost tells her mother the truth. In 1897, Elva Zona Heastershoe was found dead in her Greenbrier County, West Virginia home. The official cause of death: everlasting faint, a vague and unconvincing explanation given by the coroner, who happened to be close to her husband, Edward Stribling Troutshoe. The rushed burial and lack of an autopsy left Zona's mother, Mary Jane Heaster, suspicious, and for good reason. According to Mary Jane, Zona's ghost reportedly appeared to her over 4 nights, revealing that her husband had strangled her in a fit of rage after an argument. The vision showed her mother exactly how her neck was broken, with Zona dramatically twisting her head to emphasize the injury. After persistently petitioning local authorities, Mary Jane finally convinced them to exhume her daughter's body. The forensic examination revealed that Zona's neck had indeed been broken. Edward Shue was arrested, convicted of murder, and sentenced to life in prison. Number 2. The Boy from Golan Heights, a tale of reincarnation. The story of a 3-year-old boy in the Golan Heights is as eerie as it is incredible. Claiming to remember a past life, the boy said he had been murdered with an axe and even identified the spot where his body was buried. When elders followed his directions, they unearthed human remains and an old axe exactly where he described. DNA testing and confessions from a local man confirmed the boy's chilling claims, leaving the community in shock. This extraordinary tale has been cited in studies of reincarnation and has sparked debates among scientists, skeptics, and believers alike. The boy's detailed knowledge of the murder weapon, burial site, and his supposed killer is a mystery that defies logical explanation. Whether you believe in reincarnation or not, this story leaves you questioning the boundaries between life, death, and the unknown forces that connect them. Number 1. Teresita Basa, the ghost who named her killer. Teresita Basa's case is arguably the most famous example of a victim solving her own murder posthumously. In 1977, Teresita was murdered in her Chicago apartment, and the case went cold. Months later, her co-worker, Remy Chua, claimed Teresita's spirit had possessed her and identified her killer as Alan Showery. At first, this sounded too far-fetched to be true. However, detectives found stolen jewelry belonging to Teresita in Showery's possession, corroborating the claim. Showery confessed and was convicted. Teresita's case became a sensation, blending the supernatural with true crime, and remains a chilling story that continues to captivate audiences. And that's a wrap on these spine-chilling tales of victims who brought their own justice. If you enjoyed uncovering these eerie and mind-blowing stories, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your mystery-loving friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the world's most fascinating true crimes. Your support keeps us digging up the truth. See you in the next video.